Hey guys, this is Kosti with Pickdawgz.com. I'm here with Goran, and we're going to be breaking down the knockout stage. We're finally here at the Euros. This is the knockout stage. This is where the games mean everything. Goran, I know you're super excited about this. It actually starts tomorrow. So, what'd you think about the group stage so far?
Yeah, you know what? We had some surprising results in that round three. Like Mike Croatia getting knocked out in the last 30 seconds of a game against Italy. Georgia beating Portugal in the end to qualify for the knockouts. Romania actually winning their group and qualifying from the top spot. Slovenia and Denmark advancing with 3 points each. Yeah, it's been quite entertaining, and I think the knockouts are going to be outstanding, Costi.
Absolutely. And then, so with this video series that we do, we're always going to give out a prediction on every single game, every single day. And we do that 365 days a year. If you follow the channel, Goran and myself are going to be breaking down specifically the Euro knockout stage games here in this specific video segment. But altogether, if you're looking to buy Goran's best bets, you go on over to pickdawgz.com, click the premium picks tab, and you'll see the drop down. You'll see Goran's name. Go ahead and buy him daily. That's usually for our smaller betters. But over the years, you guys have asked us, we want the big games that you're laying extremely large amounts of money on. And Goran and myself are cooking up some of these big plays, and we have a private messaging platform where not only do we give you the games, but we also give you a custom program where we're giving you the right money management on every game. And that's not just in the Euros. You're going to be getting access to the Euros, to Copa, to MLS. We may even go to Norway for a division. And as the seasons start in England and Spain, all those main leagues we will provide as well. So this is not just centric toward this tournament, but for this particular instance, yes, we're going to be breaking down the games here. So let's get into it, Goran. And we could give our listeners at the end an opportunity if they're looking to call and they want access to the VIP plays, they could definitely reach out to us. So the first matchup we have is Switzerland against Italy. Man, Switzerland really came to play this tournament. I'm really impressed for what I've seen out of them. They tied Germany. They were able to beat Hungary. So this team is capable, and Italy, I think, is susceptible to a loss. What do you think about this game?
Yeah, I gotta agree with this, Costi. They really showed up to play. I honestly did not expect this good of a tournament from them. They almost won their group. Unlucky for them, they conceded a goal in the last minute of the game against Germany to basically get a tie and then the second place. But at plus 250 that we are getting Switzerland here, I think there's definitely a value. Maybe put half a unit or something like that. Something even smaller, maybe for Switzerland to win this game, or basically if you have an option for Switzerland to qualify, which includes the overtime and potentially a penalty shootout. Because, like you said, Italy could slip up, and they are without their starting defender here, who is suspended because of the yellow cards. And let's be honest, overall they haven't done much in that attacking end. So I think Switzerland has a very, very good chance here in this matchup against Italy.
Absolutely. And then the other matchup we're going to see tomorrow as well is Denmark and Germany. Denmark team is feisty. I think they have a lot of potential. They played really, really well in the group stage, but I still think this is Germany's tournament to lose. They've just looked head and shoulders better than anybody else. Right now, you could get them at minus 165, but you got to be careful with these games because a tie doesn't mean that Germany can't advance. A tie just means you lose the bet if you take them on the money line. So the goal line is minus a half, minus one. So you could find value if you're going to take Germany. You might as well at this point, because if it's a half a goal line, is to take them on the money line and expect them to win this game in regular time. As my early lean on this game, who do you like in this one?
Yeah, I agree with that. If there is a team in this tournament who deserves a very, very good look at potentially winning the Euro Cup, it is Germany. Like they have been so consistent on both ends, and I know that they didn't need anything in basically that game against Switzerland. They got a 1-1 draw still, but you know what? Germany, by far, I would say, alongside Spain, the most impressive two teams in the Euro Cup so far. Denmark, like you said, they have plenty of potential, but they really haven't been firing in that attacking yet. They haven't scored only, I think, 3 goals so far, and they advanced with only 3 points. So they had 3 draws in the group stage. Now, you could maybe interpret that any of the two ways. They were solid defensively, which they were, but I simply have to lean towards Germany here, like you said, Costi. They have been outstanding, and they are at home. There's a lot of fans supporting them, and it's very, very hard to play against that. So Germany, like you said, is the early lead for this game.
And we've seen that with France before. Home countries definitely have an added value to do really well. And because it's basically like playing home games because they have so many more fans. So I definitely see that as being an added element as we go into the later stages of this tournament. The next matchup we have is England against Slovakia. England has been very underperforming. 2 draws and a win that they got against Serbia, which was only a 1-0 win. They got only 1 goal against Denmark, and it was a 0-0 tie against Slovenia. And then on the other hand, Slovakia, based on this new format, got in as the third team in Group E. Um, Listen, they beat Belgium 1-0, and they had a draw against Romania, who was the leader of that group. This team plays really good defense. I personally really like the under in this game. Based on both of these teams, I'm not impressed with England's formation. I'm not impressed with England's starting 11. I just think they're a mess over there, and they're much worse than their World Cup performance where they had a good run. So I just like the under in this one, under 2.5.
Yeah, it's priced really well at minus 133, and I could once again go on a big rant about this English team. They were so disappointing, and the worst thing is there's no changes at all. So they are not changing anything. For some reason, they're sticking to what they're doing, and it's not working at all. While Slovakia, like you said, a very, very solid defensive team. They are plus 1,000 underdogs in this game, while England is at minus 227. Honestly, I'll be cheering my heart out for Slovakia here, but to get a good bet out of this, I mean, either England is going to end this tournament in a huge, disappointing way and they are going to get knocked out, or they are going to wake up in this game and go all the way. But I would honestly lean towards the first thing. I just can't put any money on England right now. So, if anything, under 2.5 at minus 133 is definitely the play. Hopefully, maybe the line even shifts to under 2.75 or something like that. We'll see how the money's going to go in. But yeah, I think the under is the best way possible to go in this game.
Yes, sir. And then now we have the biggest surprise of the tournament, Georgia against Spain. Georgia is a 1,400 underdog, plus 1,400. Amazing performance that they had against Portugal, where they won 2-0. They were able to sustain and have two good matches. I mean, the first match they lost to Turkey, but outside of that, I mean, they got into the knockout round and they deserve it. They deserve it by beating Portugal 2-0 and being really, dominant for, on their chances. Even though they're not going to control the ball a good portion of the time, they still are very, very good at creating chances once the opportunity is there. Spain has won all three of their group stages. They look really good. I don't particularly like Spain here laying a goal and a half, and I surely won't lay 500 with anybody. I think this is going to be a low scoring game. Spain is not a team that's going to blow you out. Spain is just going to control the ball, potentially win 1-0 like they've done in the group stages. And I like the under 2.5, or 2 3/4 if you can get Asian handicap lines in this one myself.
Yeah. I don't think we have to talk about Spain a lot. We know what kind of a team they are, but Georgia, man, what a game they had against Portugal. Not only they won that game, they kept a clean sheet. And that type of a thing for your goalkeeper, for your defense, that's something that's going to lift them up so high. I think they will be flying in this game. Yes, Spain will dominate the possession, but the counter attack that Georgia has and the fight they have in them, I think that they will have another good game. Now, the fact is, could they score a goal? They could be. I mean, they will have to be very, very effective in this game and take advantage of those chances that they will create because they won't create a lot of them without possession. But you know what? Plus 1400 underdogs. Under 2.5 is right now at plus 125. So there's definitely value there because we know that Spain is missing a lot of chances. They're creating a lot, but they're missing a lot as well. And with this being the knockouts, I think that they will approach this game a little bit cautiously. And with that, I could definitely see the under in this game. So that is definitely the early lead for me as well.
Got it. And then the next matchup we have, which is probably one of the better games of this first knockout stage, is France against Belgium, two powerhouses. Both teams kind of not really sure where they stand right now in the world. Belgium came in here as, a top 10 team nationally, internationally, and France up there as well. And Belgium couldn't even win the group. They had one win, they had a draw where it was a 0-0 draw against Ukraine, and then they lost to Slovakia. They had a ton of opportunities in that game, and they just couldn't score. I don't know if Lukaku is just past his prime and is just not that serviceable anymore. If you're not putting the ball on his foot, he was out of position many a times. I know Belgium has it, but France also hasn't been that impressive. Right now, you could get Belgium at plus 345 on the money line. Um, Me personally, I'm not impressed with France. I think it's a 50-50 game, and usually in a 50-50 game, I'll take the underdog to take a shot. I don't think I'm going to put a large wager on this one, but I definitely am going to take a shot with Belgium here. I think they could upset them.
Yeah, let's be honest. Both teams have been very disappointing in this tournament, especially France. They haven't scored a lot of goals at all. Mbappe hasn't scored actually he scored a penalty kick, but apart from that, he hasn't done much in this tournament. Griezmann is missing chances left and right, and you know what? They got a draw against Poland, and Poland showed some very big weaknesses on that French defense. And even though Belgium hasn't been themselves as well, like you said, Lukaku is just not tuned into this tournament at all. He had 3 goals taken away, and that definitely has a huge impact on you mentally. But he's just, I don't know, a step behind of a play every single time. And I don't know why they keep forcing him when you have Openda sitting on the bench, who had an outstanding season in Germany. And I mean, can we expect some changes from Belgian coach here? I think there should be some changes, but like you said, taking the underdog at plus 345 at such a good team that Belgium is, I think potentially there's a good value there. The over 2.5 right now is listed at plus 130, and I have to think that at some point it's going to open up for both of these teams. And if we see an early goal in this game, we could potentially see probably 2 or 3 more in this game as well. So I think the over 2.5 might be a good look as well.
All right. And then on to the next one, Slovenia, the team that actually beat Belgium. Um, and then we have Portugal, who just lost to, we
Georgia.
just talked about Georgia. I don't think Portugal, I think they weren't ready for that game in terms of winning it. They didn't need to win it. There was a lot of changes in that lineup. I know there were superstars out there, but you could tell the defending was not nearly what they really like. The players didn't care that much, knowing that they were advancing to the next round no matter what. It's going to be a different Portugal team here, much, much different team. I don't look at that game and say anything more than what it was, which was a bunch of new guys playing on a team, hoping to win, but not really trying to get hurt because they want to advance, and they already have advanced to the knockout round. Slovenia does play people tight, but I think this is going to be a game that's going to get opened up. I like the over here. I think Portugal is due for a goal or two. I think Slovenia gets a goal, and getting over 2.5, I think, is a safe bet in my opinion.
Yeah, you know what? You have to ask yourself how many games in a row can Slovenia put up a defensive performance like they have in the group stages? They had 3 draws in a row. They advanced with 3 points from that third place in their group. Yes, they have a lot of fight in there. But like you said, Portugal missed too many chances against Georgia for it to happen again. They changed a few defensive players, few midfielders, and that's always dangerous in the tournament, like Euro Cup, and it could hurt your morale if you lose a game like they did against Georgia. So we'll see how they will bounce back. But this is a very stacked team that has so much firepower in that attacking end. And I think the over 2.5 at plus 102 is simply too good to miss it out. So, can Slovenia get a goal? They definitely can. We know they because they have been doing it so far in this tournament as well. Uh, but Portugal, I think on their own can get us over 2.5 line. I'm very comfortable with that pick at plus 102 that we are getting it right now.
Okay, and then we have two more games left. We have Netherlands against Romania. Very interesting game. You have a Romania team that won the group, and you have the Netherlands team that didn't win the group. But I'm not really sure what to call this Netherlands team. I think they have a lot of really good players, but I don't think they have a good team. Not bringing guys like Frankie De Jong. You could finally see it week after week in these last 2 weeks that this is the reason why he is one of the best midfielders in the world. And they can't control the ball. They can't get anybody to feed them consistently for those guys up top. And I just think it's going to be a tough matchup. I actually don't like the over here. I actually like the under here. I think Romania is going to play them tight, and the Netherlands just have too many mistakes. And they're not a good team that can consistently put themselves in the best opportunities to win the games. And I think there's not going to be that many goals scored here. I'm surprised either Netherlands or even a favorite in this one. I think Romania has a chance to definitely beat them in plus 650. Again, I like the plus 650 as well as the under here.
Yeah, you know what? I was talking to a couple of friends today about this game, and Netherlands definitely doesn't deserve to be minus 200 favorites that they are. And like you said, Frankie de Jong, they miss him desperately. He's an outstanding midfielder. But there's another problem. You can defend well, like Netherlands does, but that won't help you if you can't score goals. And with Memphis Depay up front, who, let's be honest, is not a true striker, you're just wasting chances, and he hasn't been playing well at all this tournament, and they keep forcing him in the starting lineup. I mean, you have Weghorst on the bench, who is a great target man, who's a great striker, and he would certainly have a better chemistry with Cody Gakpo on that left flank, and I think that would be working much, much better for the Netherlands. But in this game, I mean, I honestly wouldn't be shocked if Romania knocked Netherlands out. I think that they had a solid tournament so far. They are very, very good defensively. They like to fight. They can definitely score goals. So if you have the option to put a team to advance and take Romania with that, honestly, half a unit, maybe a little bit less than that. The price is right now at plus 355 for Romania to advance. I would definitely look at that, and I do like it. Netherlands has been very inconvincing in this tournament, and I don't think they deserve to be this big of a favorites as they are.
Yeah, you have to play these tournaments based on what you're seeing. There's been an enormous amount of draws in this tournament. Just in Group C, there was 8 draws out of the 12 games. I mean, that is insane to see, and you see that consistently. These teams are very fit and they play defense, and if they're up, then they're fighting, and if they're down, that they're fighting. I mean, they're playing to the 1 point, and that creates, you're not seeing 6, 7 goals being scored by any team individually like you tend to see in the World Cup. So these teams are all well matched. I'm impressed with the talent so far, and going into this last matchup, it just shows it. Austria against Turkey. Turkey has come to fight in this tournament, has finished in the second position in Group F, right behind Portugal. They carded 2 wins. And then Austria, on the other hand, also carded 2 wins, winning Group D and winning it above France and Netherlands and Poland. I mean, this team was definitely selected to be the 4th spot potentially in that division, in that group, I mean, and they ended up winning it, which is very, very impressive. Now you're coming in as basically a minus 115 favorite. I don't know what the odds makers are seeing here. I think it's pretty simple. Turkey is okay, and I think they have decent talent, but I think Austria as a team, they have been proven beating some of the best teams in the world already in group play. So I'm all over this minus 115 on Austria.
Yeah, you simply have to take that. I mean, you literally said it all. Everything I was thinking about this game. This Austrian team, after what they did to Netherlands in the in that round three, to win their group ahead of Netherlands and France and Poland, they deserve everything. I mean, this is such a good team. You might not know many of the names they have, but the coach is doing an outstanding job. They like to press high. They keep running. They never give up on the ball. There's a lot of movement without the ball. And as a matter of fact, they have a great goal scoring ability. They're solid defensively, great midfield. I mean, at minus 115, I don't know what to think about in this game. You simply have to take Austria on the money line. Yes, Turkey has showed some great things in this tournament, but defensively, they are very inconsistent. They're prone to making mistakes, and I honestly think they will suffer in this game. I'm all over Austria as well.
There you have it, guys. So these are the breakdowns on all the selections in every single game. Doesn't mean these are the games that we're going to be betting for a lot of money, because what happens is once we get closer to each game and the lineups are released and the formations are released, that's when we make our bigger plays, because then we're more dialed in into the form of the match and how it's going to play out in our opinion. So our biggest bets are going to come hour to 2 hours before. If you want those games, text the number on the screen, 443-780-5663. Text the word goal. I will personally talk to you myself. This is only for players that bet 500 or more a game, because of the amount of work that we put in, because of the amount of information we're going to give you. This is only designed for a bigger player. So if you're somebody that's interested and you're a big player and you want to take advantage of not just our Euros, we're going to do Copa America, the finish off the Euro, and all the regular leagues. This is going to be something we do basically every single day, year round. Definitely shoot me a text. So, Goran, thank you again for another edition of this. We'll be back for the quarterfinals. It's going to be less games, but at that point, we'll start to see the puzzle being put together of who potentially is going to win this thing.
Yeah, definitely. It's going to be an interesting 2 more weeks. Copa America is getting close to the knockouts as well. On Saturday, we have a full MLS slate. If you're into free picks, guys, if that's all you want, it's up on the Pickdawgz YouTube channel. So check that out. Like Costi said, text the word goal to 443-780-5663 if you're interested in that Golden Boot VIP access. Have in mind, it's not a free service, it's not a free promotion or anything like that. And yeah, that's all. Let us help you with some money, guys, and let's have a great Saturday.